What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to analyze the tape of defensive lineman Austin Booker, who had a phenomenal preseason, and the guy's been taking snaps this season, although it's been limited, and he's definitely been making plays. And I want to talk about what this guy has shown on tape, because Austin Booker to me has a ton of upside. And I kind of want to just check in on some of the plays that this guy has made. We'll start with some of what he's shown us in pass rushing situations first and foremost, because that's what Booker has probably flashed the most in this season. Now, of course, the one thing that Austin Booker has is he has a real pass rush plan, and I kind of want to touch on exactly what that means. You know, when you have a defensive end in the NFL that's a good pass rusher, generally speaking, he's a good pass rusher because he knows how to win when he's locked in with the guy in a one-on-one situation. And if his first move does not work, he'll go to a second move or a third move. And I'm going to talk about exactly what that means a little bit later on, but I want you guys to think about this play and kind of what happens within this play. So Austin Booker is going to end up getting double teamed. You're going to see Sam Laporta make contact with him here. Once he gets past Laporta, he's going to go up against the left tackle. And he's going to just straight up long arm this guy. And that's such a great job right there by Austin Booker. And I think it's going to get a little overlooked. But think how off balance this offensive tackle ends up getting. As soon as Booker gets past this guy, Booker's going to get the left hand right into the tackle. And look at that length. Absolutely flashed on tape. Like that length that Austin Booker has is something that offensive tackles, guards, centers are going to struggle with in the NFL. Because when you're trying to reach and you're trying to lock in with the guy, if he's longer than you, this is what happens. You're going to get an offensive lineman off balance. You're going to get a defensive lineman that's going to be able to kick his ass. And the unique thing with Austin Booker is this guy has a real pass rush plan. And we've seen this multiple times on tape. Take this play as an example. Austin Booker's going to go up against the tackle here, and he just straight up beats this guy super quickly. And again, it's going to get overlooked because he doesn't actually get the sack, but think about what Booker does within this play. This offensive tackle is going to overset this. He's going to get out of there. He's going to almost jump, right? You can see the tackle ends up starting to move before the ball really gets snapped. The tackle's going to get out there. He's going to overset. And with that, Booker's going to counter super quickly. At that processing, to be able to recognize that this offensive tackle's oversetting, so I'm going to hit him with an inside move. And that too, you see how effective that move is. It's just a quick inside swipe, and it's going to win. One swipe, he gets his offensive tackle's hand swatted. He hits him with an inside move, and just like that, the quarterback has a guy in his face. Now, of course, he ends up getting tripped by the guard's feet here. And he doesn't actually get to the quarterback, but he's the first guy at the quarterback, right? He's the first guy that generates that pressure, and this is 3rd and 6. This is a true pass rushing situation. And you got Austin Booker generating pressure, and this is not garbage time, right? This is in the first quarter of the game. This is a moment where you want to get off the football field. And you know this is a moment where you got to pass rush as well, right? And you're getting Austin Booker to generate pressure. He had another really nice win against the same offensive lineman in the same exact way. This offensive tackle here is known as a guy that's going to quick set. He gets out of his stance super quick. And he oftentimes is setting up in that 45-degree set. So when you set up in a 45-degree set as opposed to a vertical set or maybe even a quick set, the 45-degree set here, it's going to expose you to potentially getting beat to the inside. That's exactly what Booker does in both of these plays. Here's a true pass rushing situation as well. It's 2nd and 12. And once again, he's going to generate that pressure and get to the quarterback. Now, in my opinion, one of the things that separates Austin Booker from the average defensive lineman in the NFL is the fact that this guy has a real pass rush plan, and this is a great example of exactly what that means. You know, one of the big differences playing starting caliber offensive tackles is they're a lot faster, they're a lot quicker. In the preseason, you might be able to have success, but against these starting caliber guys, it's a little bit harder. And one of the reasons why is because these guys are generally quicker, they're better with the technique. They're going to be able to do things that are going to be able to stop your pass rush plan that you might have. But if you have a legit plan, you can go from your first move to your second move. And this is a great example of exactly what I mean. So the left tackle here, a pretty good left tackle of the Washington Commanders. He's also a rookie, but he's a really good football player. You're going to see that what this offensive tackle is going to do is going to get the hands right to Austin Booker. And he's going to make sure that Booker's not going to be able to hit him with an inside move. So Booker's going to start outside, but he's really trying to jump to the inside. And this offensive tackle is going to shut it down. This offensive tackle is going to hit Booker with a double hand punch. That's ultimately going to shut down that inside move. And then you can also see that 78 is going to kick his foot back towards the inside right there, which allows him to shut the inside move down essentially. So Austin Booker's inside move does not work, right? That was his thought process coming into this play. So what he does next is part of what makes him really good. So the inside move doesn't work. He's going to reset. And then look at him punch with the left hand, bring the right arm over the top. And that's going to win. And that's his second move that he's trying within this one pass rush move. So think about what it means when you say that a player has a pass rush plan. Your first move doesn't work, so you're going to reset and come to a second move. And the second move works, right? He actually generates pressure on the quarterback. He ends up wrapping up the quarterback on 2nd and 8, and the pass is an incomplete pass. Think about what it takes to be able to do this in literally your rookie season. And the interesting thing with Austin Booker is the fact that he hasn't played a lot of snaps, right? He plays like 15 snaps one game, 8 snaps the next. And to me, that's not a great way to develop a guy. In my opinion, the Chicago Bears have a really, really good pass rusher with Austin Booker. But the thing is this guy needs snaps to be able to develop, right? When you're going up against a guy like Ikem Ekwonu the way he is on this one, Ikem Ekwonu is a good offensive tackle. This guy knows how to beat players, right? He's been doing it for 3 or 4 years at this point. But when you're Austin Booker and you're a rookie going up against a veteran guy, these veterans know how to beat you. So what you got to do is you got to gain that experience. You got to get your ass kicked a little bit. You got to get used to the different sets, the different punches, the different timings. And your process just has to get a little bit faster. And in my opinion, if Booker gets to play as a full-time starter, within a year and a half, this guy's going to be one of the best defensive ends, right? You can just see the upside. You can just see the potential, the length, the height, all of it just kind of comes together. And here's another example of that. You're going to see him use that reach, left hand, long arms, Ikem Ekwonu. It's really a hezi to long arm, and that hezi is kind of important within this play because when he hezis inside, back outside, it's going to allow Ekwonu to open up the hips. And when Ekwonu opens the hips up and you take that and you turn it into a long arm, well, the feet are then going to be naturally off balance. And within this, Booker's going to be able to beat Ekwonu. He's going to end up pressuring the quarterback. And he doesn't get him the first time, but he comes back around, chases it the second time, and he blows it up. But this is what we've been seeing from this guy, right? This guy is an absolute superstar pass rusher, in my opinion. He has so much potential, but the thing is he just hasn't played enough snaps where he's 100% comfortable being out there. Now, one of the things that I think is a little underrated with Booker this season has been his ability to defend the run. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I watched Booker's tape in the preseason against the run, it wasn't very impressive, right? But you can tell this guy's developing and this guy's getting better. He's getting quicker. Here's a play in which he blows it up and you're going to end up losing 3 yards on 2nd and 7. And he just does a really, really good job being able to understand the situation. This is a power run, so when he slants to the outside, you're going to see that 72 is going to end up letting him go. With that, number 56, Quentin Nelson, that's pulling, now has to pick him up. So when Quentin Nelson comes to pick him up, look at him avoid the block by Nelson by essentially jumping back outside and dipping past it. Right? That's such a great job for a young guy who hasn't played a lot of snaps. And that too, the Colts game was a long time ago, so he had played even less snaps at that point. But Austin Booker has definitely looked a lot better defending the run. The guy's been making plays defending the run. The guy's definitely looked better than where he was at in his preseason tape. And you just see this guy flashing, play in, play out, inside zone, outside zone, front side, back side. This guy's making plays. Here's another example of one of the things that this guy does well. When you're a good pass rusher, you can also use those same moves to defend the run. So here's an example of him essentially doing that. He's going to do a phenomenal job using that length. He's going to lock in with the starting right tackle of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's going to lock in. He's going to bench press him. And as soon as you bench press him and as soon as you create that separation, these offensive linemen are going to start to lean into you. And as soon as they start to lean into you, if you're able to toss them to the side as they're leaning forward, it's going to get them off balance. That's exactly what happens to 77 on this one. 77 is going to end up leaning into him. He's going to toss him to the side. He gets off balance. And then he gets in there. He helps kind of bring this play down. That's a really good job on that one. Here's another really, really nice play by Booker. This is one of those plays where you can watch and say, this guy has so much upside as a defensive end. So this is going to be a power run towards the left of your screen. You're going to see the guard's going to end up pulling. But the thing is this offensive tackle has what is called a back block on number 94. So he essentially has to just reach and get right in front of this guy. And it's a very simple block for an offensive tackle to be able to make. And you can see how quickly this guy's going to be able to cross the face of 71. He's going to rip. He's going to shoot the gap essentially, and he's going to blow it up. He should not be doing this right here to the starting tackle of the Washington Commanders. The Commanders tackle here has a pretty simple block. You just got to get right in front of him. But you're going to see that Booker does a really good job just jumping the gap, and he's going to blow this one up, and this one's going to lose 1 yard as well. as the season's gone on, Booker has definitely started to look better and better against the run, right? He's setting the front side. He's using that length to be able to keep guys off of him, from being able to grab onto him. He's making those high effort plays that you want him to make as well, right? Booker's doing a much better job defending the run. And the thing with Austin Booker is this guy has only played like 200 snaps this season. So think about when this guy actually starts playing 7, 8, 900 snaps. The way we get to see some of these other really, really good NFL defensive ends, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, right? These guys are full-time players that are playing 1,000 snaps a season. When Austin Booker gets to also start playing those type of snaps, I think this guy's going to become a really, really good defensive end in the NFL. You're just seeing too much upside for this guy not to become that type of football player. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a quick video, but I did want to just show you guys some of the highlights and some of the plays that this guy has made. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know the Chicago Bears season has not went exactly how they wanted, but something tells me this team right here is going to get so much better over the next season and a half. Let me know what you guys think, man. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.